Says here the Mets beat them 8-0.
The way they've been playing, the Toledo Mud Hens could beat them.
Is that any way to talk about our boys? Oh, Charlie, I tell you, this is great.
The Red Sox? Are you kidding? What's the matter?
Just sitting here talking about baseball.
Look who's back, Charlie. I saw your sign in the window.
What sign?
Oh, didn't you see it? Experienced waitress wanted.
No thanks, Sandy.
Oh, well, let's try a test.
It's been twice now, Sandy. We have this little game going. I hire Sandy. She works up a clientele. She quits, they leave. Then she comes back and we play ring around the counter all over again.
Third time's the charm, Charlie. Yes, sir. What would you like?
I've got.
There's breakfast number 1, 1 scrambled egg and 3 wheat cakes, or breakfast number 2, 2 scrambled eggs and 4 wheat. Ah, don't touch that.
That's the way to get your fingers bit.
2 weeks old, it figures. And, knowing Charlie, this is yesterday's warm-ups.
She makes great coffee, but she can talk you to death.
All right, what would you like? 1, 2, or 3?
I told you I ordered.
You're a tough customer, Mr. Harrington.
I don't like playing games.
Any kind?
Not the kind where you dance with a girl and her husband busts in and says, "That's my wife."
Where's your sense of mystery?
Gone. And my sense of humor.
Hey, I'm sorry if that bugged you last night, honestly.
Okay. Now can I read my paper?
Only if you have a decent breakfast. You're going to work in the garage all day, and you need a decent breakfast. Now, what'll it be, 1, 2, or 3?
You pick.
Number 1, numero uno for Mr. Harrington. You see how easy it is to get a steady customer?
Calls.
Yeah, there's a guy coming in to pick up those 2 new tires in about 10 minutes.
Oh, a customer. Great.
Well?
Well, what?
Aren't you going to say anything about my bride?
Do you think I should?
You saw the way she was putting everybody on at the shoreline last night. Why, you even danced with her.
Hey, Lee, I didn't know the lady was your wife.
Well, forget it. I just thought maybe you had some kind of comment to make.
Nope, no comment.
Well, if you didn't know she was my wife, then what would you have to say about her?
But she is your wife. It's none of my business.
She's a beautiful girl, isn't she? Hey, don't you think she's a beautiful chick? Well, she is. And wild, too. Very young and very wild. She knows she's got it, you know? She likes being noticed. Looked at. You know what I mean? Do you ever know any girls like that?
I think they all like to be noticed.
You always say the right thing.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, the next time you see her, try ignoring her, and you'll see what I mean.
You're a little late. I saw her this morning at breakfast at the Cider Barrel.
She's a pretty girl, isn't she?
Yeah, she's pretty. Listen, I need that tiny screwdriver. You seen it anywhere?
A very good waitress, too, huh?
Yeah, the breakfast was fine.
You know, I'm going to have to invite you over for dinner sometime so you can sample some of that good cooking. And even though I didn't get through high school, you have to admit that it's proper to invite my boss over for dinner.
A great American tradition.
You know, she digs college types like you. She always has. You know, I remember one time, a couple of guys from a fraternity house asked Sandy to be queen of their dance or something. And I got so mad that I almost beat her up. So I said, no, capital N-O. She cried every night for about a week. So one night I got to feeling so guilty that I went out and I found a college guy, first one I bumped into, and I got into a fight. Oh, but that was a while back. I've changed since then. A lot easier going. You know, she hasn't had much of a life. Fact is, she's a sweet kid. Tender sweet, you know what I mean? And she gets her feelings hurt easily, too. Especially, like I told you, when nobody notices her. So, if it ever seems like she's trying to get you to notice her, don't worry about it. Just, she doesn't mean any harm. Give her a break. Don't hurt her feelings. Take a look. But, only a look, boss.
Bend your fingers each time you play the note like this. Now you try. That's very good.
When will my mother be here?
Oh, in about an hour. You keep practicing. Mr. Cord?
I'm sorry to interrupt your work, Miss Howard. I'll help you if you still want my help.
What made you change your mind?
I went along with the rest of the kids. I pointed at you and accused you and told the police you did it. But I don't know what the truth is. I owe it to you to find out.
That's a good girl. You keep those fingers bent.
You were a very frightened child. You were crying, hysterical, really. Now, it was safe and easy for the rest of us to blame you.
Do you realize what you're saying?
I'm saying I didn't see you do it.
I've been hoping to hear that for so many years.
Miss Howard, what I mean is I wasn't looking when Chris Webber fell. That's all I mean. That I don't know what happened.
It's a ray of hope, Mr. Cord, and let me be grateful for that. Of course, I'll still only be able to pay you a small amount each week.
Well, that's no problem.
You've given me the first reason to be happy that I've had in a long, long time. Thank you, Mr. Cord.
Before I start to work, Miss Howard, I think there are a couple of things you ought to know. First of all, it's going to be impossible for me to conduct the discreet kind of inquiry you asked for. I've got to question a lot of people about the accident. Now, I can't hold those people I questioned to secrecy. I have no control over them. They will find out you're Ann Colby, the girl they believe blinded Chris Webber.
Well, that's something I'll have to face.
It's going to be worse because you work here. Now, the other thing I think you ought to understand is this. You've retained me to find out the truth of what happened. But we both know you hope that I can prove that you are innocent. I must advise you that it's quite possible that what I end up proving is that you're it. That you are the guilty one. I won't be able to hide that, if that's the way it turns out.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
You'll have to do more than guess, Miss Howard.
If you're going to refute those charges, you'll have to come up with an alternate set of facts.
Are you, just friends with Lee Weber? We're married. That's what I thought. I bet that's what your husband thinks, too.
And Colby's back. It's happened.
Hannah.